Okay, here you are, please.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself first. So do you live in an apartment or a house?
Actually, I live in an apartment at the present, which is located in the center of the city. Although it is a little small, but it has all the vital organ. One kitchen room, one living room, three bedroom. I love it very much.
Okay. And what is your neighborhood like?
They where my neighborhood is where my apartment is surrounded by stunningly beautiful sceneries. There are a beautiful garden near my apartment, and every time I can appreciate those stunningly beautiful sceneries there to release my stress. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about films. What kind of films do you prefer?
As for me, the genre of films I like best is comedy. Since the interesting plot and the exaggerated behavior of actor always can take me into a fantastic world in which I can forget all my troubles in reality. So that's why I can say that I'm really into watching comedy.
Okay. Would you rather go to the cinema or watch a DVD at home?
Uh, in terms of me, it is really feel great to watching a film in cinema, since the screen is wider and then compared to if you just see a movie at home. In addition, the sound is also so excellent. That's why I prefer to see a movie in cinema.
And who is your favorite actor?
Favorite. Well, my idol is Han Dong-jun, which is one of the famous actor in China, and he is really the iconic figure in his career. Such due to his excellent skills, which really attract me.
Okay, and now let's talk about food. How often do you go out to restaurants?
Oh, to be honest, I go to restaurant once in a blue moon, since eating out the food that kind of food is very rich and salty, which may improve the risk of suffering some diseases, like obesity. That's why I hate to go to restaurant to eat.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to make some notes and you can, to think about it, and you can make some notes if you wish. So I would like you to describe a holiday that you had recently that you particularly enjoyed. Okay. Okay, you have 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, I'm going to describe a holiday I had recently, and I very enjoyed. Uh, I still can remember it exactly. It was 1 year ago during the summer holiday. My family and I made a trip to Sanya, which is a stunningly beautiful coastal city with many white beaches, located in the southeast of China. Um, During the trip, I really tried a lot of water activities that I had never tried before, such as swimming in the sea, and so on. They really give me refreshing moment. As for the accommodation was like, actually the accommodation in Sanya was very comfortable, and the price is quite low compared to another places. So it is very ideal for students like me. There are several reasons why I enjoyed the holiday so much. Firstly, Sanya really has a spectacular sceneries in which I can enjoy wonderful sceneries to escape from boring life and release stress from study deadlines. Secondly, Sanya really has a wide range of traditional foods like yuan, rou yan, and so on, which those delicious tastes really can tickle my taste buds. As for foodie, it really meets my desire. More importantly, there are many places in this city, which can purify the air. So also visitors can breathe fresh air there, which can reduce the risk of suffering diseases like lung cancer.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, we've been talking about a holiday you had recently that you enjoyed. So we're going to talk about tourism more generally. Okay. So in your country, what are the most popular tourist destinations?
From my understanding, the most tourist attraction in China is the Great Wall, which is one of the wonders place in the world, and so that attract various visitors every year. Secondly, most Chinese like to choose to travel abroad, in which they can broaden their horizon and know about many foreign countries, customs, and even the mindset of and habits of local residents. So I think the most tourist attraction is the Great Wall and the foreign countries.
Mm-hmm. And what are the positive effects of tourism?
In my own opinion, there are several advantages of tourism. Firstly, with the development of tourism, it really can make a contribution to local economy. I mean, those visitors can really those visitors can spend their money on buying items in local restaurants, which also can boost the relevant industry, so that the local income will be improved. So I think it really have a positive effect on local economy.
Okay. And what about negative effects?
Whereas for negative effects, I think with the development of tourism, more and more travelers want to go to the place to visit. Then some of them may more like some of them are more likely to do some improper behaviors, which really do harm to environment. For example, some visitors often threw rubbish everywhere, in the soil, and even destroy antiques. This is what I have in mind right now.
Mm-hmm. And how can local people make sure that tourists are welcome in their place?
In order to achieve it, there are some tips we should keep in mind. Firstly, government should set up relevant rules to make visitors behave proper, and they also should impose heavy penalties to those travelers who broke laws and regulations. Secondly, governments also can make many lectures to educate travelers to try their best to protect the environment, and also should improve the awareness of tourists. Behavior really relies on mindset. So those are some measures which we can take. Measures.
Okay, thank you, Smile. That's the end of the speaking test. Okay, that was very, very good. Very good indeed. Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's go through. So you gave long answers to every question, so that was very good, without really hesitating. So very, very good. And you also structure your answers very well, so it's easy to follow the answers. And you use good linking phrases like in my understanding and as far as, those kind of words. Just one, don't say in terms of me, okay? That's not a correct way. You can say from my point of view, or as for me, or as far as I'm concerned, but you can't say in terms of me, okay?
Oh, okay.
So just take that one away, but a lot of the other ones are very good. Vocabulary again is very, very good. You've got some really good expressions like release my stress, once in a blue moon, tickle my taste buds, is very nice, rich food, things like that. So that's very good, very natural, and very much spoken English as well, not academic English. So that's very, very good. There were a couple of instances where you didn't quite use the right word at the beginning. So maybe you were a bit nervous at the beginning, but vital organs only relates to the body. Okay. So you can't use it to talk about anything. Vital organs are you know, your brain, your heart, your lungs. So you could talk about amenities or facilities if you're talking about a place.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the actor, the decorated, I think you said the decorated behavior of actors. It sounded like decorated.
Decorated.
But it wasn't quite the right word. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I just kind of, I'm not quite sure what you meant, but you know, they're skillful, something like that. That would work, but not decorated. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Grammar again is very good. So you're using complex sentences all the time, different structures, different tenses that you're using correctly. So that's very good. There were a few mistakes with agreement. For example, you said another places. So another is always singular. So it needs to be another place.
Okay.
Or other places. Yeah. So there's a few small things like that which I will put in the report. Okay. But generally the grammar is very, very good. Pronunciation is good. I think that you could probably improve the pronunciation a little bit. Some of the it's very common, some of the vowels are quite closed and you need to open the vowels. So for example, can, you know, open, it's a bit can, just kind of open the mouth. It's a bit more open in English. Visitors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Visitors.
just a bit. Yeah, exactly. Just a bit kind of fuller, a bit more rounded pronunciation. Okay. It wasn't that I couldn't understand, but it was just, I think that that's something that you could work a little bit on the pronunciation. Okay.
Okay.
And you could also, I mean, you can slow down the delivery a little bit. It's quite fast.
Okay.
You don't want to be too fast. Okay, because if it's very fast, then also it's can be more difficult for the examiner to
Oh,
understand.
oh,
Okay,
okay.
so just
Okay.
pace it very evenly, and that will probably help with the pronunciation as well. Okay,
Oh, okay.
all
Okay.
right,
Thank you.
but very good, very good. Yeah,
Thank you.
do you have any questions?
No, no questions.
Okay, all right, okay, thank you very much, Smile.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have a full test that we're going to listen to.
Okay, here you are, please.
Okay, thank you.
I think that was her giving the examiner her identification.
So I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself first. So do you live in an apartment or a house?
Okay, so here we have the first frame.
Actually, I live in an apartment at the present, which is located in the center of the city. Although
If you're going to say central, central is an adjective. So I think what she wanted to say is which is located in the center of the city, not the central of the city, the center.
the center of the city,
Well, maybe she did say center. What did she say here?
in the center of the city.
You know what? I think she did actually say center. Let's change that. She's got a bit of an accent going on here.
Although it is a little small, but it has all
Now she uses although and but together. Those two words don't go together. If you use although, don't use but.
a vital organ.
Vital organ. I don't know what that means. She's talking about the rooms.
One kitchen room, one living room, three
Whoa. Okay, so she has trouble with M's, I guess. Because her room sounds like row to me, or roll.
bedroom. I love it very much.
Okay. And what is your neighborhood like?
They where my neighborhood is where my apartment is surrounded by
Astounded by? Maybe she meant to say surrounded by? Because places cannot be astounded. Only people can be astounded by something else. I think maybe here she said the wrong word.
stunningly beautiful sceneries. There are a beautiful garden
Ooh, there are a beautiful garden.
near my apartment, and every time I can appreciate those
Appreciate. Appreciate.
really beautiful sceneries there to release my stress.
Stress.
Okay.
Heavy accent.
Now let's talk about film.
Okay, so I guess for frame one, only 2 questions.
What kind of films do you prefer?
As for me,
Well, if they ask you what kind of films do you prefer, is it necessary to say as for me? No, it's not. As for me is when you want to contrast yourself to someone else's opinions. But here, that doesn't even come into play.
as for me, the genre of
The genre. This word is genre.
films I like best is comedy. Since
Let's see. The genre of films I like best is comedy. Okay.
comedy, since the interesting plot and the
It's not a bad word to use, plot, but it's plot, not plot.
decorated behavior of actor.
A lot of questions here. What is invigorated behavior? I mean, I've never heard anyone in English say this. Invigorated behavior. What does that mean? Is it like good acting skills? And why is it just one actor?
Actor always can take me into a fantastic world in which I can forget
Fantasy world.
all my troubles.
Okay, but the grammar is not bad. In which I can forget. That's pretty good. But then she messes up troubles. She says travels.
I can forget all my troubles in reality.
Troubles.
So that's
in what? Oh, in reality.
So that's why I can say that I'm really into watching comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go back into that. Watching comedies. This should be plural, into watching comedies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you rather go to the cinema or watch a DVD at home?
In terms of me,
here she's using the same discourse marker. In terms of me, which is again not the right thing to say. Would you? There are no other terms. You are the only person being considered. If they ask you, what is a popular color? In terms of me. Anyway, this is a weird thing to say anyway. In terms of me. She's using it incorrectly anyway. You can't say in terms of me. You could say... Okay, so let's say, would you rather go to the cinema or watch a DVD at home? So if you could say, in terms of the movie experience, it's so much better to see a movie in a theater. But this has to be a term, something you consider, a factor. But you are not a factor. I don't know why she keeps on saying this.
In terms of me, it is really feel great.
Here we have a be verb and a main verb. It is really feel great. No, just feel.
To watching a film.
To watch a film.
Watching a film in cinema. Since
in the cinema.
The screen is wider, and then compared to if you just see a movie at home.
I'm not sure if I heard this right.
In addition,
that's a good phrase.
The sound is also so excellent, right?
Here we have some stress, also so excellent.
Why I prefer to see a movie in cinema.
The cinema.
Mm-hmm. And who is your favorite actor?
Favorite? Oh well,
what?
my idol is Han Dong-jun, which is
who is?
Which is one of
who
the
is?
famous actors.
One of the famous actor.
In
If it's one of, this needs to be plural. Who is a famous actor in China?
China, and he is really the iconic figure in his career.
He is the iconic figure in his career. I don't know what that means. How many iconic figures are in his career? So he's an iconic figure. Let's drop the career part.
Due to his excellent skills, which really attract me.
No, which really attract me. There's no to. Which really attract me. Okay, so we see a lot of errors in almost every sentence. We see a lot of self-correction going on here. A lot of mispronunciation.
Okay, and now let's talk about food. How often do you go out to...
How many questions was that? 4? I thought it was 2.
Restaurants?
To be honest, I go to restaurant once in a blue moon.
Okay. Her voice is kind of quavering here. She sounds nervous. The once in a blue moon, good idiom. So you very rarely go out to eat.
Since eating out the food, that kind of food is very rich and salty.
Okay, see now here, the self-correction makes it difficult to understand what she's saying. She's starting to lose coherence here. What is she saying? Since eating out the food, that kind of food, it's kind of difficult to follow, right?
That kind of food is very rich and salty, which may improve the risk of suffering some diseases.
It may improve the risk. You can't improve risk. You can increase risk. So the salt increases the risk of starting some diseases? I don't know. Starting
some diseases.
You can develop a disease, but you can't start a disease. You can develop some, yeah.
Like obesity. That's why.
Or you can suffer from, in the case of obesity, maybe a better word would be suffer. Suffer from obesity, or which can lead to obesity. I'm not sure about salt, though. Does salt lead to obesity?
Like obesity.
Obesity. The word is obesity.
I hate to go to restaurant to eat.
To eat. That's why I hate to go out to eat. Or that's why I hate eating out. Or that's why I hate going to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm going to give
Whoa, I guess again, only 2 topics. Interesting. All right.
you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for
2 questions, I should say.
1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to make some notes, and you can to think about it, and you can make some notes if you wish. So I would like you to describe a holiday that you had recently that you particularly enjoyed. Okay?
Okay, so here's after the 1 minute preparation time.
Okay, you have 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. I'm going to describe a holiday I had recently, and I very enjoyed.
You can't say very enjoyed. I enjoyed very much.
Recently, and I very enjoyed.
Also, it's enjoyed, not enjoined.
I still can remember it exactly. It was 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Holiday. My family and I made a trip to Sanya.
Whoa. My family and I. Let's add that in there. Made a trip. Yeah, I guess you can say that. Or went on a trip.
Holiday. My family and I made a trip to Sanya, which is a stunningly beautiful coastal city.
Here the grammar is pretty good. Sanya, which is a stunningly beautiful coastal city. Look at this. We have the relative pronoun, we have the adverb, we have the adjective, noun. Very good.
A stunningly beautiful coastal city with many white beaches,
Beaches.
located in the southeast of China.
Ooh, this is a bit confusing now. Are the beaches located in the southeast of China or the city? I mean, I know what she means, but you put this in the wrong place. This located. She should have said it is located. If there's no it, then we think the beaches are located in the southeast of China. So it is located in the southeast of China.
During the trip, I really tried a lot of water activities that I had never tried before.
Look at this, the past perfect tense. I had never tried before.
Swimming,
Surfing,
swimming in the sea, and so
swimming in the sea.
on. They really give me refreshing moment.
They really give me a refreshing moment. I mean, I understand what she's saying. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I generally understand what she's saying. So it was a very new experience for her, I guess.
Refreshing moment. As for the accommodation was like, actually, the accommodation in Sanya was very comfortable, and the price is quite low.
Okay, so she switched from present tense to past tense to present tense.
And the price is quite low compared to another places. So it is very ideal.
Compared to other places. Compared to other places.
And the price is quite low compared to another places. So it is very ideal for students like.
Very ideal. No, ideal does not take any adverbs. Let's get rid of the very. So it's ideal for students like me.
There are several reasons why I enjoyed the holiday
Enjoyed, not enjoined.
so much. Firstly, really
But the structure is good. Firstly, and then maybe we can have a secondly.
it has a spectacular sceneries in which
Sonia has a spectacular what?
a spectacular sceneries in
Nope, I don't know.
which I can enjoy
I can.
wonderful sceneries to escape from boring life and release stress from study deadlines. Secondly,
Here we have the secondly.
really has a wide range of traditional foods like 鱼丸、肉燕 and so on, which those
So on.
delicious taste really can tickle my taste buds.
Okay, the tickle my taste buds is good. But which those why is there a which? There's no which. So those delicious tastes can really tickle my taste buds. The tickle my taste buds, very good. This is a great phrase. But the word order here is wrong. The adverb goes after the modal.
Delicious taste really can tickle my taste buds. As for foodie, it really meets my desire.
It really meets my desire. No, nobody says this. I don't know what this means. It really hits the spot as a foodie. Oh, did you say as for a foodie? Why for?
My taste buds. As for foodie, it really.
No, just as a foodie. So she thinks she's a foodie. Well, everybody thinks they're a foodie. So, as a foodie, it really hits the spot.
Meet my desire. More importantly, there are many places in this city.
There are many places in the city. Okay.
Which can purify the air. So visitors can breathe fresh air.
Can breathe.
Which can reduce the risk of suffering diseases like
Reduce the risk of developing lung cancer. Whoa, is this true?
lung cancer.
Cancer. Reduce the risk of developing diseases like lung cancer.
Reduce the risk of suffering diseases like lung cancer.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess that's 2 minutes.
Okay, we've been talking about a holiday you had recently that you enjoyed. So we're going to talk about tourism more generally. Okay. So in your country, what are the most popular tourist destinations?
Okay, so in part 3, very often, the first question is about listing things. That's what she has to do here.
From my understanding,
Let's see where she goes with from my understanding.
most tourist attraction in China is the Great Wall.
Whoa, it's not just the Great Wall, it's the Great Wall. Okay, so I don't know why. Okay, I guess I do understand from my understanding. Maybe she's never been there, or maybe this is something she heard. But it's not the most tourist attraction, it's the most popular. I think she forgot to say the word popular, most popular.
Attraction in China is the Great Wall, which is one of the wondrous places in the world.
Which is one of the wonders of the world. Wonders of the world.
And so that attract various visitors every year. Secondly, most
She relies a lot on the secondly, doesn't she?
Chinese like to choose to travel abroad, in which they can broaden their
horizon, broaden their horizon. Okay, horizon.
broaden their horizon and know about many foreign.
Whoa, she said no, right? And know about. Why not say learn or experience? Experience a lot of foreign food and customs.
And know about many foreign countries, customs, and even the mindset. Know about many foreign countries, customs, and even the mindset and.
I think this is mainstay, but mainstay means like something that something else depends on. Like, for example, the mainstay of the economy, meaning what the economy relies on. So I'm not sure the mainstay of
the mindset of and habits of local residents.
I'm not sure what local residents. What is the mainstay of local residents? You mean the main industry that employs the local residents, or the kind of industry in which most residents work? Is that what she means?
So I think the most tourist attraction.
Okay, so I guess it's not a mistake, because here again, she says the most tourist attraction instead of the most popular tourist attraction.
The Great Wall and in the foreign countries.
And what are the positive effects of tourism?
In my own opinion, there are several.
Okay, so she starts with this. In my own opinion, yeah.
Advantages of tourism. Firstly,
see, the structure is really good.
With the development of tourism, it really can.
We don't need the with here. So the development of tourism can really
make a contribution to local economy.
To the local economy.
I mean, those visitors can really. Those visitors can spend their money on buying.
Well, to spend your money means to buy, right? So just say spend your money on. We don't need the buying part. Spend their money on
buying items in local residents.
Now, hang on a second. Residents are people. Why is the item in the people? From buying items from local residents, maybe from
which also can boost the.
Whoa, all this repetition makes it a little bit incoherent. Oh my goodness.
The relevant industry.
That word is relevant. The relevant industry. Boost the relevant industry. I mean, the grammar is good, but all this repetition makes it difficult to follow what she's saying.
So that the local income will be improved.
The local income. So people will earn more income from tourism.
So I think it really have a positive effect.
It really has
on local economy.
Okay, and what about negative effects?
Whereas for negative effects.
Look at this again. She introduces the topic very well. As for negative effects,
I think with the development
we have all this repetition with the
of tourism, more and more travelers went.
Here we go to the past tense. Why went? Should we go?
To the place to visit.
She knows.
Then some of them may be more like some of them are more likely to.
See, all this repetition makes it so difficult to follow what she's saying.
Start improper behavior.
Inappropriate behavior.
Which really do harm to environment.
To the environment. Well, she's starting to speak faster here.
Example, some visitors often throw rubbish everywhere.
Throw rubbish
in the store and even
in the store. I've never seen that.
Destroy antiques.
Antiques. That word is antiques.
This is what I have in mind right now.
That's an interesting way to end. It's not wrong. I don't hear that very often.
And how can local people make sure that tourists are welcome in their place?
I don't even know what this means. Welcome in their place. In their home? What does this question mean? If you get a question like this, ask the examiner, what do you mean in their place? Their home?
Place.
In order to achieve it, there are some tips we should keep in mind. First, government should
Again, the structure firstly. Although she relies on firstly and secondly quite a lot.
set up relevant
Again, the word is relevant. Relevant. But look at the vocabulary. Set up, very good.
to make visitors behave proper, and
Behave properly.
they also should impose heavy penalties to those
Penalties. Again, the vocabulary, very good. Impose heavy penalties, very good, but mispronounced.
travelers who broke laws and regulations.
Whoa, hang on a second. Impose heavy penalties on those travelers who. Like the who is really good, but then she gets the preposition wrong.
Broke laws and
then she gets the tense wrong. Who break laws.
Regulations. Secondly, governments also can make many lectures to educate.
Make many lectures. First of all, you don't make a lecture, you deliver a lecture. And I don't think she means lecture. Maybe she means like campaign. The government can start a campaign to educate travelers. Campaign, not lecture.
To educate travelers to try their best to protect the environment.
She's struggling.
And also should improve the awareness.
Raise the awareness. The verb for awareness is raise.
Improve the awareness of tourists. Behavior really relies on mindset. So those are some.
Behavior really relies on mindset. Whose mindset? Your mindset? Their mindset?
Measures which we can take. Measures.
Okay, thank you, Smile. That's the end of the speaking test. Okay,
Thank
that
you.
was very, very good.
Was it though? I guess very, very good is subjective. I mean, I don't know what kind of score this woman wanted to get.
Very good indeed. Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's go through.
Let's go through your answers. Let's go through what?
Gave long answers to every question.
That can be a good thing.
So that was very good. Without really hesitating.
I'm sorry, what? I mean, there's no hesitation at the beginning of the answers. She starts talking straight away. But midway through, no hesitation. All right.
Also structure your answers very well.
True, she did structure her answers very well in her mind, but when it came out, sometimes it was difficult to follow.
So it's easy to follow the answers.
No, it's not easy to follow.
And you use good linking phrases like in my understanding and as far as, those kind of words.
True.
Just one, don't say in terms of me, okay? That's not a correct way. You can say from my point of view, or as for me, or as far as I'm concerned, but you can't say in terms of me, okay?
Oh, okay.
So just take that one away, but a lot of the other ones are very good. Vocabulary again is very, very good.
Actually, yeah, she did use quite a few uncommon items, right? But you also use a lot of inappropriate items.
Got some really good expressions like release my stress.
No, this is not something you should say. It doesn't say release my stress. You can say alleviate my stress.
Once in a blue moon, tickle my taste buds.
That one
very
was good.
nice. Rich food, things like
I don't think I heard her say rich food.
that. So that's very good, very natural, and very much spoken English as well, not academic English. So that's
What's wrong with academic English in part 3? Is there anything wrong with that?
very, very good. There were a couple of instances where you didn't
Oh, only a couple?
quite use the right word at the beginning. So maybe you were a bit nervous at the beginning, but vital organs only relates to the body. Okay? So you can't use it to talk about anything. Vital organs are your brain, your heart, your lungs. You could talk about amenities or facilities if you're talking about a place.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah. And with the actor, the decorated, I think you said the decorated.
I think she said vigorous. What did she say? Vigorous behavior? Vigorous something, right? Vigorous?
Behavior of actors. It sounded like decorated,
Sounded like vigorous to me.
but it wasn't quite the right word. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I just kind of, I'm not quite sure what you meant, but they're skillful, something like that. That would work, but not decorated. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Grammar again is very good. So you're using complex sentences all the time.
That's true, but they almost always contain errors.
Different structures, different tenses that you're using correctly.
No, very often she uses them incorrectly.
That's very good. There were a few mistakes with agreement.
Few?
For example, you said another places. So another is always singular. So it needs to be another place
Okay.
or other places. Yeah. So there's a few small things like that. Which
Yeah, see now, I don't know if this is good advice that she's giving this woman, because she's making it sound like this was a really good response. But I don't know, this is not a very honest commentary. Because it's not few, there were many. Maybe they weren't major mistakes, but there were so many of them.
I will put in the report. Okay. But generally the grammar is very, very good.
I don't know what this means. What does very, very good mean? Does it mean error-free? Because that's definitely not the case.
Pronunciation is good. I
Oh my goodness, really?
think that you could probably improve the pronunciation a little bit.
How is she going to improve her pronunciation? Pronunciation is probably the most difficult thing to improve.
Some of the it's very common. Some of the vowels are quite
What is very common? The mistakes that she made?
closed, and you need to open the vowels. So, for example, can, open. It's a bit can. Just kind of open the mouth. It's a bit more open in English. Visitors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah, exactly. Just a bit kind of fuller, a bit more rounded pronunciation. Okay. It wasn't that I couldn't understand, but that it was
Sometimes I couldn't understand.
just, I think that that's something that you could work a little bit on the pronunciation. Okay. And you could also, you can slow down
And pause.
the delivery a little bit. It's
Tell
quite
her
fast.
about... I wish you would tell her about pausing. Pause between ideas.
You don't want to be too fast, okay? Because if it's very fast, then also it can be more difficult for the examiner to understand. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
pace it very evenly.
This is terrible advice. Why should you pace it evenly? Sometimes you speak faster, sometimes you speak more slowly. Why does the pace need to be even?
And that will probably help with the pronunciation as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to end it here. Let's look at the scores that this woman gave her. Okay, so here we were looking at the marking criteria provided by, I don't know, that teacher. It says here fluency, although I don't know why it's only fluency. It should be fluency and coherence, but we have fluency here. 7. Gave long answers with little hesitation. Answers were well constructed. Good use of linking phrases such as as for, to my understanding. Okay, so let's look at the actual criteria for a band 7 score for fluency and coherence. It says here, speak at length. That's what she means by give long answers. Speak at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. No, we didn't see that happen. She did lose coherence. So if you don't meet any of these criteria, you've got to be marked down. Let's look at a 6. Is willing to speak at length, okay, though may lose coherence at times due to occasional repetition. No, it was more than occasional. So she's got to be marked down to a 5. There was too much repetition, self-correction. There wasn't slow speech, but there was a lot of this. Definitely not a 7. Let's move on to Lexis. She gave her an 8. A wide range of vocabulary which is appropriate to the situation. Vocabulary is very idiomatic. Several instances of high-level vocabulary. Let's look at the actual criteria for a band 8 for Lexis. Uses a wide vocabulary resource readily and flexibly to convey precise meaning. No, it wasn't flexible, and no, she didn't convey precise meaning. Uses less common and idiomatic vocabulary skillfully with occasional inaccuracies. No, it was more than occasional. So it's got to be a 7. She did use She did use some less common vocabulary items, but there were quite a few inappropriate choices. But you can't give her a 6 because she did definitely show an awareness of less commonly used words and also idiomatic vocabulary. Here's grammar. She gave her a 7. I actually agree with this. Good use of complex sentences throughout. Well, I don't know about throughout, but okay. Good use of a variety of tenses. Man, I can't read. Good use of a variety of tenses. Well, there's some evidence of that. If you look at the criteria for a band 7, it says uses a range of complex structures with some flexibility. Yes, we did see that. Frequently produces error-free sentences. Now, she was very disfluent, but despite the disfluency, if you look at what she actually says, she did produce a lot of complex sentences, and many of them were error-free. There were mistakes, but some of them were, maybe many even, were relatively error-free. So we have enough examples of complex sentences to give her a 7 for this. Pronunciation, she gave her a 6. She just says here, overall pronunciation is clear. If we look at the band descriptors for a 6, it says uses a range of pronunciation features with mixed control. Yeah, it might be true. Shows some effective use of features, but this is not sustained. Yeah, we saw some chunking in some places, we saw some stress in some places. But the overall rhythm is lacking. She pronounces the words syllable by syllable. She cannot sustain rhythm. Can generally be understood throughout, though some mispronunciation of individual words or sounds reduces clarity at times. No, it was more than just occasional. It was quite frequent. If you look at the criteria for band 5, it says it shows all the positive features of band 4 and some but not all, of the positive features of Band 6. It does not meet this last criteria. There were too many mispronunciations, and she did not sustain rhythm. She's got to be marked down to a 5 for that.